Justin, this is for you, Justin Bieber. I'm gonna let you know something. You're not better than me. If you think that your whole reason behind why you chose to stalk me and steal my records and everything, thinking that you're actually better than me, you're actually not better than me. I just want to get that information out towards you for you to understand you are not better than me. The angles that you use to try to attack a person like me is not even in any type of like, there's no truth to it. There's no truth to anything that you say about me. Knowing you have to steal someone's information to prove what? That you're superior to me? It's not true. You're not superior to me, Justin. It's the fact that somebody had to steal someone's information and then use that information and lie to the whole world saying that you were the actual person. You are not superior to me. If you were a superior person, you wouldn't need anybody. You wouldn't need anyone else's information. You wouldn't need to have to hang around or come around any other person trying to infiltrate people's lives if you were such a superior person. If you had to come in certain areas and you're trying to say, well, I want this money in California, Justin, you're not superior. Stop lying. Okay, if you just hate certain people, like just say it. And then when you say it, just clear it out of the way. You know? Say, oh, I don't like those type of people. Okay, Justin, why don't you like those type of people? Well, like they're not like us. They think different, They don't do things the way that, how we do things. First of all, you need to respect God when God created humanity. Of course, not everyone's gonna do everything the same way as you. God didn't meant for that to be that way. That's why when you go travel all over the world, you go to every country, they eat certain kinds of food. They don't all eat the same kind of food because whatever God has in that country to feed those people, that's what the food that they live off of. Stop discriminating against people because they're not like you. That's weird. The world doesn't work under your type of logic that you feel as if like you can be anything that you want and you can just do anything that you want because you feel like you're superior. You're not superior. And then the angles that you took it to, Justin, like um I'm a masculine and I hate women. Like, I have a problem with how women are so weak, but I'm gonna go on national television and tell the whole world that I'm weak like a woman. What kind of nonsense is that, Justin? You don't have any respect for people. You don't have respect for women. You don't have respect for women who go through it's their own personal life situations. You don't have no respect for those things. And knowing that you don't have respect for it, you're not supposed to talk about it. That's not information that was meant for you. If you openly say she went to X, Y, and Z, and I don't care about it, go off on your merry way and go figure out what you go and deal with yourself and whatever the hell you want to focus your life on. Don't worry about other people. Other people have other people that can help them. You're very, very much at fault at this point. You try to take up a whole bunch of arguments that had absolutely nothing to do with you. And you're talking about you, I'm the one who tried to carry a woman's emotions to the world. Yeah, right. You are wicked. Doesn't even make any sense. You a masculine, a Caucasian masculine wants to carry a black woman's emotions. That doesn't make sense, Justin. Well, I don't have that. I don't have those personality traits. Of course, you don't have those personality traits. You're not a black woman, Justin. Oh my God. I'm just, God making me reflect off of this whole situation of this kid who was stalking me for my life. There's more things to this life to focus on than some random white kid that just wants to walk around and just keep pointing the finger at a black person like me. There's more to life than that. And nobody deserves that type of disrespect. I know I don't deserve that type of disrespect because I don't go around disrespecting people. I don't go around doing those things to people's lives. The only people who need to be disrespected, Justin, are the ones who disrespect other people. My goodness gracious. Justin, you temper too much with God. This is where you're at fault. And when I talk about God, I'm talking about when you read the Bible and it says, open up the King James Version, da, 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 God created man in his own image. Those types of scriptures, you're trying to interfere with God's business. God created man in his own image, and it's people like Justin saying, F you, God. I don't care if you made this black girl in your image, God. God can't respect you. Trying to walk around and just act as if like this is the problem with people like Justin. They want to be delusional and narcissistic, and then they want to walk around this whole world and pretend that people are violating them. You're playing into these illusions, these lies, as if somebody is violating you. When none of these things existed, you know, those type of disrespects. Just keep creating all these lies. She did this and she did that. I don't know you. I don't know you at all. All I can say is that, are you from Canada? Yes. Am I from Canada? Yes. Those are two truths that I know for a fact that that's true. I hold truth to that truth. But you actually believing that you were actually connected to me in the way that you thought, Justin, you are a complete liar. When you look at it, I mean, based on age, you know, based on age, like we're talking about somebody that was 10 years older than Justin Bieber, right? So, in actuality, I'm actually above your head, Justin. I'm above you. How can you play and say that you're above me? Just out of age, I'm above you. I have 10 years of experience that you never actually experienced. But for some odd reason, you want to put information out as if you're higher than me when you don't even have experience. Experience comes with age. It's about Justin trying to play into this story as if he knows everybody, as if he knows people, as if you know someone like me. You don't know me. It's not a game. You stole, and you need to return back the money you stole. God created me on this earth, and God made me a promise. That was between me and God. It had nothing to do with you, Justin. You want to play around in different fields and lie and say as if God created you to be a certain way. God didn't create you to be a certain way. Just accept that. When it was when I remember back in the 80s when society was starting to, create itself and how homes were being built and people started to create more new cars and all these things, different new technologies and everything in the early 80s and 90s, when all those things started. And people are starting to figure out life. And those are the times when God was like, we literally had to sit with God and figure out ourselves. There was nobody around to tell us who we were. God had to work with each and every single individual. So who are you? You cannot be playing God in my life. And you can't be walking around trying to chart the course as if like you're the one who's supposed to be telling people what to do and where to go. You don't have it. You don't have, no. No. You want to control things that you don't have experience. You're trying to claim a certain type of position. You don't have any experience. You're trying to tell somebody who's more well educated in certain areas, in certain fields. You trying to come up on the scene and try and tell people what to do. You can't do those things, Justin. But it's okay. Your day will come, Justin. I'll tell you that for sure. But God sees and knows what you did to me and how you violated me in this life. Did I deserve that? No. And the reason why I don't deserve it is because I served. I started working from when I was 15 years old. I've served in so many companies, so many corporations. I wasn't the type to laze around and just lie down on my bed and do nothing. I was always that go-getter to get up in life and get what I want. And that's why I'm trying to tell you, Justin, that I didn't deserve what you did to me. I'm part of the collective that helps humanity. I'm not a part of the collective that hates humanity. I'm not that hateful person that you are, Justin. Stop faking it. Like seriously, these kids, they started from, most of these situations, they started from like the 1600s up until the 1800s, right? We weren't even born yet. After these things that was going on in society, we weren't even born yet. You know? And then from 1950s and 1960s, there was a lot of wars and stuff. People trying to claim certain territories. And then it dealt with settlements. Yeah. From the late 60s up into the 70s, people started to determine, okay, I'm going to settle in these areas and these areas. And then it was God that made those connections in terms of the type of people, who the people we're supposed to be working with. And then when those time came, when our parents started to create families and households, you know. But then when it come to people establishing their households, and then came the Bible. It came out of our faith, out of the Bible. You cannot be claiming yourself to be a part of certain bloodlines, the fate of certain bloodlines. You didn't suffer the fate of my household, Justin. You lied. You didn't suffer the fate of what most of the black people had to go through historically. You didn't suffer those fates. You lied. There is like the indigenous people, they went through, it was mostly the First Nation people, right? They went through their issues, right? And then it came with their encounters with the Catholic Church, and then they had to deal with colonialism. That was the indigenous native people, right? And then you had the plight with the Turkics who immigrated to Canada, and a whole bunch of Europeans that immigrated to Canada. You understand me? And they had their settlements, right? And then what came after generationally were the Caribbeans. But the Caribbeans came because of the Queen. We were already under the British monarchy. My stories coming out of my lineage, it was a totally complete different story than what you're trying to play off on national television, Justin. You were not a part of that. You weren't part of that collective of people generationally. We're talking about second and third generation of like Caribbean Canadian children. You're not a part of those collectives. So you shouldn't have been putting out those lies on national television, pretending as if like that's where you came from. You didn't come from that. That's too much confusion. That's Babylon talk, Justin. Straight. I'm being honest with you. That's Babylonian nonsense. Like if you look at the generations of Italian people, okay, most of them, a lot of them, they came from Italy. They went through the New York route, right? They came from through Ellis Island and they came and settled. The ones that were in Canada, most of them they just came. Well, they most of them they came in Canada. They came with materials. They came with a lot of goods and stuff. Yeah, but it was after the fact when um, they started to build the homes. Most Italians like the tent builders. You know what I mean? They built the homes and then they started creating those children, generations of children. Justin, you're not even a part of, like, ancestrally, based on your own timeline. If you look on his videos from 100 Huntley Street, if you look at those timelines, you're not really even a part of a real Italian home. You didn't grow up in that environment. Italian people, like, they raise their children as like die-hard, hardcore Catholic people. You're not even a part of that collective. You see how much of a liar you are. I grew up with a lot of Italian people, Justin. Italian people, like when they send their kids to mass and stuff, they go to church like 2, 3 times a week. That's how they raise their children. You didn't grow up in that type of environment. And I'd say like 100% of Italian people, they raise their children to have skills. They better know how to cook and clean. And they're domestic people. You don't even have those skills. Stop putting out so much lies about yourself. The way how you just lied over people, man. Stop trying to infiltrate other people's households and their lives. Stop it. All because of what? Probably, most likely, it was some military connection. You know? I think it was a situation where, like, it's a situation where, like, there were original peoples, and then there was some, like, military people just hanging around some of those original people. So, who put it in your mind to think that, like, you are that actual person? Who put that in your mind? If you don't do a blood test to prove who you are, then don't even bother, Justin. How about that? Don't even bother. And don't even bother wasting your time around other people that you hate. It just doesn't make any sense. Well, I just want to do this because I like it. No, you don't. That's too much hate. And when you look at, come on, you look at society, like a lot of wisdom, everybody knows a lot of wisdom came from ancient Egypt, the foundations of it. They know that. People know that already, right? And then when they started to introduce materials like concrete and steel and copper and gold and all those things, right? The good metals, you know what I mean? Those things came from all over the world, Justin. Who are you? You don't respect people in general. Where did mathematics come from? Where did abacus come from, Justin? Most mathematics, it came from like Arabic people. A lot of wisdom, it came from the Chinese. My goodness, a lot of wisdom came from Africa. But then you feel as if like, oh, I have rights. Da, 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 da. Stop that hatred. That's all I have to say. I'm my own individual, and I have my rights and freedom to claim my own individuality. I don't need to claim your little foolish socialism. That's foolishness to me. The only reason why those things were implemented historically is because of, well, majority of it started from the welfare system, started from immigration, the welfare system. People needed to build up their homes. They had young children, and everybody was poor. Oh, but now we reach this generation now where, like, there's kids like Justin, they're just jealous of how other people's households and their families were how we were poor back in the day. That's crazy. I don't want you in my life. Seriously. You know what's so bad? Yesterday, everything is connected with like a person and spirit, right? Yesterday I went to the doctor's and then I see this white kid with a coming around with a skateboard. I don't need you trying to like manifest yourself in my life like that, Justin. I'm able to connect two and two together. I don't want you trying to manifest yourself like that. I've been through enough struggles in my life. I don't want you trying to do spell work, trying to manifest yourself like that around me. You don't need to be hanging around me like that. And then you're pretending as if, like, oh, I'm not doing anything. I see what you're doing. I clearly see what you're doing. Well, I'm trying to prove that I'm you. Is that what you're really trying to do? I'm trying to prove to you that you're not me. There's white and then there's black. Those are two totally different kind of people. And you know that. Is that how you want to come out in society, Justin? You want to claim that type of ignorance around here in California? Is that how you look at life? Look, I mean, I don't accept anything about what Justin's about. I don't accept that. And the reason why I don't accept that is because I'm Jamaican. And growing up in a Jamaican household, because historically our story is a multicultural story, our ancestral stories are multicultural stories. We grew up in our household that we have to accept our ancestors. We have to accept our bloodlines. This is what was instilled in my blood. We cannot go around and act ignorant and racist like people like Justin. Why do you think people like Bob Marley, they preach one love? Because our island, our where we came from, it's a multicultural mix. Our blood is mixed. Bob Marley is like Syrian and African, Ethiopian. You mean a Jamaican? You give them a blood test and you'll find out who they really are because they're mixed with everything. Oh, but then Justin, oh, I must get all the attention. No, you lied. You lied about who you were. And I don't accept how, like, is the angles that he took things to? It was just pure nonsense. Complete nonsense. So my message to you, Justin Bieber, is stop trying to hold on to me. Stop trying to hold on to your little racist cause because that's done. And do I even care that you're a racist? That has nothing to do with me. You can't even be racist against me because I don't accept you being racist against me. That's foolishness. That type of argument that you're trying to throw around in society, that's pure nonsense. Somebody who already evolved out of their own blood. My ancestors already evolved out of your mentality many, many decades ago. So I don't know what type of hatred that you were trying to resurrect, trying to manifest yourself through me. I don't accept anything you did, And the thing is, like, it's based off of, like, how they're trying to mix, like, technology and AI. That's the angle that he took it to. That's low. That's cheap. That's very low. That's something that's meant for the dollar store, Justin. We're talking like that's like real. Like, come on, that's like cheap Chinese technology. Like if you go, it's the difference between going to like some old cell phone store that has like old technology, and then to go to like updated That's the difference. Difference between going to buying technology from the Dollar Tree and then buying technology from like Best Buy. Justin's like that cheap dollar store version of tech. He's like, Justin, you represent like racist technology. That's weird. I think you're a weirdo. And get off of my womb. Get off of my head. I don't want anything to do with you because my life is better without you. I'm flattered that, you're a celebrity and everything like that, Justin, but really, like, I think you're pathetic. You trying to sacrifice me in this lifetime. That was the lowest common denominator on God's planet. Understand that. Oh, I want to be her hater. Who cares? Like, God's done with that sociopathy. God's done with it. God sees and knows what you were about. It was hate. It's two words. Hate, and the second word is jealousy. That's the sociopathic angles that you are trying to prove with you doing all this mess to me. How much you hate that we're different and you are jealous that we're different. That wasn't your work. That's not God's work. That's something that the devil trying to put together and then trying to play it off as if it was God. You know, how is that supposed to? I'm just being honest. How is that? He used it. He used the angle of technology. Like, how is that supposed to help society? You're not helping. That's like you're trying to spread mental curses. Can you imagine you have like, a random kid, Timmy, just in a house, and then he has his mother and his father and his grandparents, and you sit in the house and you get to hear about what your grandparents went through and your uncles and your ancestors. They tell you, oh, my kids were part of the Vietnam War, 19 da 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 da, and the kid's like, yeah, okay, that's where I came from. Oh no, but you turn on social media and you have people like Justin talking about, oh no, you're black. Stop doing that. That's the mess that you're trying to do to your own people, Justin. And then you're trying to say it's God. You're right. Get my life. I want to stop talking about this now because you're not type of person that I want around me. The way how you want to try to infiltrate other people's life, that is disrespectful. Is these people that want to undermine other people, other people's gifts. It's people that just want all the attention for their messed up mentalities, and then you want to undermine other people, me as a black female, and trying to act as if like my gifts don't matter. And oh no 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 no. He knows. You know for a fact I have a gift, and that's why you walk around trying to stealing it. Yeah, disrespectful. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And I'll tell you why. Nobody cares because um, there are other ways of being able to evolve out of our situations. You know, he has Justin. You set yourself way back. Like, you need to go and deal with your own mental illness. Deal with that first before you even decide to come out in society trying to teach anybody anything. Deal with that. If you can recover from that, good for you. Stop trying to make everything about you because it's just not adding up. It's not adding up spiritually. It's not adding up morally. It doesn't add up. It's foolishness that you put out. Me, 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 me. Look at me. Everything is about me. Nobody cares. Like, you proved your point already. Go. Nobody cares. Everybody had their story to tell. Well, you should be upset because, that's the game I play. You're a trash-ass human being for doing that then. That's pig trash. Nobody cares. Everybody has to step back and put their life on the back burner for this narcissist named Justin Bieber. That's what it was about. I must ignore what I'm going through for you. You want me sacrificing for you? How? You had your own work to do. Justin, you are lazy. About hacking, you're lazy. That's the point. It wasn't about back in the day, oh, it's because they had this and they had that and da 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 da. You had your own. You are lazy, Justin. There was one point. The point is like, prove your point. Prove your point that you aren't racist. If that's what you put out in society, prove it. And people are like, oh, okay, yeah, we can celebrate that. That's cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One love, da da da. Oh no. Justin's like, no, I'm gonna see if I can tear down this person's life, and you can't teach nobody. It's that one moment, Justin, when you decided that you want to try and tear me down. You cannot teach anybody on this planet. I'll tell you that for sure. Nobody cares about your fake relationships. Nobody cares about that. Anybody can go out in society and say, "Oh, I'm this and this and this and that." No, people want truths. People want good information. They don't want that type of foolish crap. Well, I'm a part of the other side of the story. All right, if you're the enemy, you should have come out that way. Don't try to play like you're God. You're on God's side and da 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 when you're the straight up enemy. Nobody, who cares, guy? The point is, Justin, you got found out still. People can see how you really are, and you stay on the devil's side. Stay on that side. What was the other people? They had Marilyn Manson, that guy Anton. What was his last name? All them Satanists and whatever. Just stay on that side. Is that you don't have to be walking around playing both sides with people. Just stay on that side if you're a devil. Maybe you're walking around in and out of God like that. People don't have time. They don't want to deal with people like that anymore. And then it's the fact that you deliberately do something and then you want to come out and say, well, let me apologize. I'm waiting for my apology with a paycheck. Understand that. I want an official letter put out and my restitution out of what you did to me. Because you had no right to do that. There is no dignity anymore, Justin. That's why I'm coming on social media. I'm telling you what it is. There is no dignity. What I'm rooted in, you understand me? My mother taught me that's more integrity and morals. You ain't about that. When it comes to you doing what you did to me, you're not about that. So what are you about trying to save? Whose face? Your face? No way. I want my apologetics written in handwritten in a letter with my paycheck. And make sure that paycheck, it has hieroglyphics on it. I want to see the watermarks on that paycheck, and make sure it's certified too, Justin, because you're damn rude.